Whoa.
Welcome back.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Good. I'm going to do this on my phone because I'm technical difficulties, so we'll see how this goes. Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, I can hear you
All right.
good. We always seem to have gremlins, so that's okay.
Yeah. And I had to work late tonight too, so that kind of makes it difficult. So what's new and exciting? You guys got a new revamped 2.0 network now, huh?
Yeah, we're adding. Come first of the year, hopefully we're going to be adding even more. And we got you back, thank goodness. I know there was some work issues, scheduling issues, but we're going to make it work.
And it's been one thing after another.
I get it.
Yeah. Tell you, it's been.
And mine and Litriana's show is starting this week.
Oh, cool! Yeah, I saw that advertisement.
Yeah, everybody has been. When are you going to do a show? When are you going? And I said, you know what? We're going to do a show. So since my birthday is in December, I said let's start it in December. She's like, okay. So you know how besties are. We're like, yeah, whatever you say, let's go. So, well, we already have a couple people. Sean Ellis. He's telling us he was on tonight on Shane's show, and
we've actually interviewed him when I was part of Christina George's show. I was co-hosting that, and we interviewed him. He's the he works. Does he work for the Catholic Church? Right? Correct.
You're talking about Shane? Or
no?
Sean?
No. Is he an exorcist? I think is he?
Shane is. His name is Shane McLean. Is that the one you're talking about?
No. It's, maybe this guy hasn't been on his show yet. Is he upcoming as a guest?
Okay.
He's on the. He's on Shane's show, coming up as a guest.
Okay. Well, we've had Father Torres. We've had Sean tonight, who I got to meet. And he came on and said, December what? So he's a night owl like we are. Of course, my girl Lee, she's on.
Hey.
Yeah, but and let's see, he's had Father Torres. He's had Ron on. So all of them kind of work in the same little
click there.
Yeah. So yeah, he has a lot of those.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jennifer said you're thinking of Kenneth. Yeah, Father Torres, as they call him.
That's who I'm thinking of, Kenneth. Yes.
Yeah, he was on. He's cool. He tries to tune in as much as he can. There's a little time difference. So, what's new? You been on any investigation? You just been working yourself?
Well, no, I've been on a few investigations as well.
Ooh, tell.
There was one that we did on Halloween. That was really interesting. There's some evidence and some footage from that I'll have to get to you guys. But but it was I'll just save it for the for when I send it to you. But there's a hotel that we're going to go check out that has a pretty good reputation. And I was thinking about doing that one live, like because we'll have internet and stuff. And
hey, get with me. Maybe we can. If it's not when we have a show, or if it is, we can record it and play it.
It'd be interesting. Some of the claims are pretty good. And then there was another one. I'm trying to remember what it was. But they're all good. There was they always generate some pretty creepy EVPs. It's just.
They love you. So. Love or hate? Which one is it?
But usually not love in my case.
Well,
just so sinister sounding,
Well, and some of them try to be way more scary than they are.
Oh yeah. They definitely like to scare you. They definitely do it on purpose. Nothing sounds that ridiculous without effort behind it. Some of these voices that we pick up. But so how about you guys? What's new with you guys?
Well, let's see. We went to the Fitzpatrick Hotel in Washington, Georgia.
Well, it was in Washington, Georgia, huh?
Yeah. We had been there before with a different thing, but we had our it went well. We had some great people. We as you know, mine is not like kind of dark type demon.
Right.
So we had some good experiences. We had some good people. Of course, Lee and her husband Matt. I don't think you've ever met him. They're awesome, and Blaine, he's awesome, and we also had let's see, I'm trying to think who else you would maybe know that came on. We had a guy named Flip who used to be on Paranormal After Party.
Okay.
Back in the day, he was there. Thank you. And Chris, and I never say his last name, so forgive me, Chris, if you see that. Chris Susie, he's from Savannah.
Okay.
And we just had this and that little small stuff basically right now. And my birthday's coming up. We're going to do a little small thing for it because instead of a party, of course, what would I want? An investigation.
Yeah.
We've got just a little this and that. We got another class coming up in January.
Oh, that's neat. Now you guys are teaching, like teaching a paranormal course.
Lee and Matt do, but of course I help them with anything they need.
Right.
But they do. They some of them are called hunting. Some of them are called, crypts and cryptids, or
yeah.
And she's going to also do a Reiki course. But we have different stuff, and I'm falling down on the job on here. Jennifer said, it is Father Torres, and then let's see what it says. Let's see, we can get set up to do the investigation during the show's time. So okay, maybe that'll work.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, and she's saying that won't be a problem. Things coming. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll get y'all back on right.
Oh yeah. It's been insane. But anyway, we're gonna get it back. We're gonna get it back on track and get going. I miss doing the shows, and I really want. I wasn't very prepared tonight because I wasn't expecting to do one, but it's okay.
It's okay. And let's see, Sean, who is Eternal X, he said my birthday's on the 16th. And it's GWE for anybody who wants to send a gift. You know what I'm saying. So I'm just joking. But no, we are glad to have Chad back. And we've been kind of busy ourselves redoing stuff. So
it's like it.
And doing the serial killer little slots on Monday nights now. I don't know how you like those, but it's very interesting. I learned a lot tonight.
There's a few that are very interesting, like have you guys done one on the Son of Sam yet?
No, we have done. We did Manson tonight, and that was very interesting. We had a guy who lives, David. I can't remember his last name. David, I'm sorry when you see this. He popped, and I was learning things because I was the least knowledgeable about the whole thing. So it was cool. I love to learn. So, but we did. I can't remember the list. Go ahead.
Well, with these cases, there's always like a strange, either it's insanity or it's something paranormal is affecting them. Like the Son of Sam, he a talking dog, which it sounds crazy, told him to commit these murders, if I remember correctly, and they don't have to be women of the same hair color. And the dog said his name was Sam, and he's an ancient spirit. And he's the son of Sam, his son, and counting him as his son, and then that's why that's what he claimed. I mean, insane, yeah, but I mean, and there's usually like a little bit of a questionable, like paranormal connection there, except for like Ted Bundy. He was just sadistic, But that's interesting about the cases that you guys are discussing. Pretty cool. So you got to do that every week?
We're doing it for 6 or 8 weeks, and who knows? We may continue to do it here and there.
For
we're
Christmas?
just trying to, through Christmas. But like Manson was tonight, and that's a favorite. And Poor Blaine's Voice was out, and that's one of his favorite ones. I'm not sure who is next week. But we're going to do. Yeah, and Tom Bromley, Tom, I'm sorry, I'm saving your name wrong too, but he's excellent. And he's been with us. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah,
he's cool. He's very cool, and they really get into it and love it. And like I said, I love to learn, and I know the least amount about the serial killers. So, but
yeah, it's Jennifer used to have. She wrote or had a letter from the smiley face killer, I think, in real life.
Oh wow! Tell her she has to figure that out and let us take a glance at it if she would.
A painting of his she had to give back or something.
Oh, okay.
It was like a college course that she was doing on, criminal. It was criminal justice, but it was one of the classes they were writing to these serial killers in prison, and
oh wow,
pen pals with them and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty a little creepy.
Oh, here she goes. He said he was obeying the orders of a demon manifested in the form of a black dog belonging to his neighbor's family. Okay. There you go.
So is that what it said when you looked it up? Or, I mean...
No, that's what Jennifer is saying.
Right.
I know you probably can't see it. Yeah.
I researched it if she looked it up real quick. So there's people that figure that, that he was...
Oh, let's see. It was one of his paintings. Oh, okay. It was one of his paintings.
Yeah. One of the smiley face killers, yeah.
Oh, yeah. In her psychology class. Well, good, Jennifer. You're cool.
Yeah, you got the celebrity status anyway. Huh? It's amazing the things that you'll become famous for these days.
I tell you.
Famous on the best way, I guess.
Well, think about it now. I'm a little older than you, but if we had cameras back in the day, some of us, huh?
Right, no joke, man. I tell you, we were way more creative back then before the internet, So.
Oh yeah, we pick at each other about drinking out of the water hoses and stuff, and.
Oh yeah. Me and my buddies, we did some insane stuff. If we could have got on camera, some of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but back then, what do they call us? Gen X. It's true. Gen X is a different breed, man. Different breed.
Is that what we are? Gen X.
Well, I'm Gen X. I don't know how old you are. Exactly. I honestly can't remember.
I will be 47 this summer. So.
Let's see. I think Gen X. Somebody might know. Gen X. I think ended in the 80. Yeah,
I was born in 78. Yeah.
So we're both Gen X's.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we are.
Oh yeah. So we had it.
Yeah, we were like the last generation to not have the internet, I think, right?
Well, you know what? I remember, was I in my 20s when people started getting on Yahoo, and I don't even remember all the stuff. But yeah.
I was like in high school when they just had like when I was a freshman I took computer programming is like one of my elective classes or whatever, and they had the Mac 2s or whatever. Remember those things?
Oh yeah.
And they had the Commodore 64, which is it was all on the keyboard,
Yeah. Let's see. Sean is saying, was it insane or fun? Well, both. And then he said, yeah, MySpace. That's one of them. Exactly.
Oh, MySpace. I remember MySpace. Yeah, MySpace was the original social media. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the guy that was the creator that was on everybody's friends list? Remember that guy? Tom, what's his name? Tom? I can't remember his name.
I think it was Tom, yeah.
Everybody, he was automatically on your friends list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. That's funny stuff. Yeah, man. Good old days, huh?
Oh, yeah. So tell me, last investigation, did you have anything that kind of stuck out that you really said, dang, I'm glad I did this for this?
Well, let's see. We got this. Well, there's a lot of shadow movement. It was a haunted cemetery that this lady wanted us to check out. and when she lives right next to it, they own like all the property, and her daughter has to like walk to feed their horses, like through part of the old cemetery, and I guess she claims she had something chase her out of there or something, and some other stuff, and but there was like a lot of noise at this one point in time, and things like rustling around and walking around, and we could see shadows and stuff. But there was this voice that we picked up that said, "You're gonna rot." It was like really, really creepy voice, and it was like, "You're gonna rot," and some other nice EVPs like that. So definitely there's something going on, but I mean nothing too super well about the typical,
Yeah, but that poor girl, I mean, I bet it really did mess her up.
And she wants to get like a 4-wheeler so she can ride through it as fast as possible.
Oh, I don't blame her.
Yeah. And actually the same cemetery Jennifer, when she was a young kid, got chased out of the same cemetery.
Wow.
When they were in there, her and her friends were in there like playing around or something, and they got chased out.
Yeah. So, I like cemeteries, but I don't go play in it anymore.
Cemeteries are cool. I like because there's a lot of history there. But they seem to be a good spot if you want to go looking for activity. Seems like. I mean, it's great spot for especially for negative spirits, because people that go in there, they're either going in there in a weakened state to grieve, or they're going in there to communicate with something. So because the big question is, why are cemeteries haunted? You've probably heard people ask that question, right? Like that's one of the big mysteries of the paranormal. Like, why are cemeteries so haunted?
Well, yeah, and I think I've heard a million different
the outlooks on
opinions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the last thing that I would think is that it would be the person that was actually buried there, because I mean, there's a lot of places that I would rather hang out than, if I was deceased. True,
but you just think about it. Maybe that your people come to grieve you there, so of course you would, be drawn to their energy and stuff. But
I've even heard terms that or this theory that it's just a little morbid, but it's better to be cremated, because there's a theory that a spirit has an attachment to the body. So there's such a great attachment that the more that the body is like non-existent, the more that the spirit will let go. Have you ever heard that one?
Well, yeah, I did. I have, and I've heard you can't leave the ground, the hallowed grounds, and I'm like, now.
I don't know. Yeah,
I've seen proof different of that.
There are a lot of negative things that hang out in cemeteries, though. A lot of negative spirits. So
there are. Now down here, a lot of the older cemeteries, of course, have the soldiers, and I'm sure everywhere, and then on the back in the day when they had illegitimate children and stuff, they would bury them on the outsides of the cemeteries, close. Right. So a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But the fun, not funny maybe, but to me, the most interesting thing is the reason I kind of like going to certain cemeteries, especially this one, is the first time my name was called by a spirit. It was I had went to that cemetery that day, and then my friends went back later to do a little videoing, and they called my name, and they said Gwen was here, and they called me and was like, they called me and was like, they said you were here, and I was like, I was, and they said, well, what did you do? I said, honestly, there were some little branches and stuff, and I just picked up and cleaned up and kind of talked to them like they were there, and I guess they appreciated it, which was cool with me. So, yeah.
That's definitely interesting. That's definitely could be a lot worse, than that, definitely.
Oh yeah.
There's a cemetery that we've gone to a lot, in the past, and it's called the Christ Zoeta Cemetery, and it has this negative entity in it that I think I talked about. It looks kind of like a miniature Grim Reaper. It's got like the hood and everything on it. Did I ever talk to you about that? And I've got film of this entity, that really clear film that I can send you. It's pretty cool.
I believe it's the one that we used on your promo.
No,
Is that the?
not the film, not the film, huh? No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
okay.
There's
Okay.
there's two different video clips of this thing that we captured,
Hmm.
but it's super active. I mean, this and it was it. I made the statement. I was trying to get my camera to work when we were out there
Hmm.
a long time ago, and because it had a light on the camera, like a little fluorescent light, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, let there be light, and the thing goes, Chad, blasphemy, like that was telling because I used the term "let there be light" like repeated like God. Yeah. So my
Oh,
first time, my name was yeah. I picked up my name was at a cemetery too. But,
that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Now Jennifer is saying, let's see if I can read it. Slumber part. It's the slumber party, and we were trying to be brave until something rushed up on me and stayed on my heels until I was outside the fence. Never saw it, only sensed it. Very intense. Oh, I bet so. Wow. That's kind of interesting. I don't think I would have been slumber partying in the cemetery myself. But
Yeah, it's a spooky thing to do.
yeah, I'm looking to see if that. I do believe if you. Well, if I show it, it's going to start the video over. When I do your intro, though, I think, or at least this was one in a cemetery. The one I saw where I see
I some photographs. Oh, the hooded
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, that's a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah, there is one on the intro, and I'm looking to see if we still have the pictures up here, but no.
Yeah, the photographs, but there's film of that same thing that I captured a couple times.
Oh,
Pretty
we got
interesting.
Irene from Japan. Hey, Irene.
Hey, hello from Japan.
Yeah,
Hey,
she
they
is.
they have that forest over there, that really spooky forest.
Yeah, I had read, Irene, I had seen where you guys had been talking about that had been acting up lately. Not just you, but other people. So,
Oh, yeah.
and let's see, Pam Harris. Hey, Pam. Goodness,
Hello,
we did
Pam.
have some night owls out there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
All right,
Well,
welcome.
it's only 8:08 here, but it's pretty late for you guys. It's like 11.
It's 11, but you know what? Like I said, I'm an insomniac, and
Yeah, it goes with the
yeah,
job.
she knows Sean. Oh, here we go. Irene says that she is going to the forest.
In
She
September.
went in September, I guess, or she's going. Okay, cool, Irene. You're gonna have to let us know how it goes for real.
That I bet that's haunted.
Oh yeah, she was on Lee's show one night, so we got to meet her.
Right on. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those notorious. I mean, I've seen films of the inside the forest, and it looks pretty.
Yeah,
it looks the part for sure.
it does. Well, think about it. I mean, even just in
And
England and stuff, everything's different here. Very different. So.
Oh yes, very different. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I did we did go to a couple days ago we did go on a several mile hike to a cave, a big cave that is an untouched Native American site that we were just going to film it and document it. And that was pretty cool. They usually tend to be haunted. It was a huge cave, and I can send you some pictures of it and the film that we have on the inside of it. It was, of course, we didn't disturb anything. We just went up there and filmed it.
Well, I'm glad about that. Yeah.
Oh no! I'm not all about disturbing anything like that. My buddy's he's a fishing guide on one of the rivers here in Oregon, and he noticed it. Like there's one bend in the river that he said if you look behind you, you can see up the side canyon. You can see it. Just for a second, and he's like, yeah, man, we got to go up and check this out, So we went up and checked it out, and it's pretty cool.
That's cool, man. I mean, I would love to do stuff like that, but most things here is kind of different than y'all. Everything here is just a little bit different. So, but
oh yeah,
yeah, Native American.
More history down there.
Awesome. Oh yeah. I had talked to Sean, who was on the guest on the show tonight. He's from Illinois, and things are very different there too. So, but that's what makes us all. It makes us a good group.
Yeah,
but the Native American thing is very fascinating. That there's a cave that has been left. I mean, did it look like anybody?
It was untouched. Nobody's ever touched it, and it's part of a state park now. So it's against the law for anybody to go in and touch it. But it had somehow, nobody noticed it, all these years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got some video and some a lot of pictures from it. So I'll send you something pretty cool.
There wasn't any graffiti or anything like that.
No, nothing.
Good. That's
nothing,
good.
nothing modern, huh?
That's
Nope.
great. That actually
Nope.
is.
And you can see, and the way that the whole location was shaped, it was like the sound amplified when you were standing down, even in front of the cave. And there's like this big flat spot where it almost looked like like where they would sit and talk, and then and if you talk down in there, like your voice would like bounce off the rocks and like amplify it. It's pretty cool.
I wonder if they ever like had this, the singing and the music kind of thing.
Well, yeah, there's some kind of ceremonial spot because they're back in the cave. It's all blackened from fire smoke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
interesting enough, this year I did my ancestry and found out that I was a little bit Native American.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I actually am in a tribe now.
Oh wow. Right
yeah.
on.
Like, I had made the joke, and no offense to anybody or anything, that, I was like the whitest girl alive, because
Right.
I didn't know. And when we did the ancestry, it was I was like, wow, my grandmother had talked. What now?
What percentage are you?
I'm like yeah, it's far back now. But I'm like 1%, but that still counts.
They were light skinned. Some natives were light skinned.
Yeah. Well, think about it. Yeah, I mean, of course, I have freckles and light eyes and pale, So, but you had the people come from overseas. I mean, Europe.
Oh yeah. Oh sure.
And they mixed. So, but yeah, I found out, and now I'm in a tribe, and I can't wait to the powwow. That's going to be awesome. It'll be my first one.
I've been to one of those. I grew up with this kid. His name was Milo, and his brother's name was Motai, but they were Indian. Wow. And they were as white as I am. I mean, they were part of a tribe that's light skinned, and you never get natives. But when's this powwow thing? It's pretty interesting with them.
It's going to be great. But
for sure.
So, is there a tribe that's like near you? Because I'll be honest with you,
there's a lot of tribes, but there's a lot of ancient indigenous history here. Like it goes back. Like there's different I guess different ages, like the amount of years that human inhabitants was in North America, and right where I'm at now, this has got the oldest the human inhabitants evidence of it. The Kennewick Man, have you ever heard of him? The Kennewick Man that they found. If you look it up, he's the oldest human remains ever found.
Oh, and yes.
Right up there. That was right up the river from where I'm at now.
Wow. Now, let's see. Sean is asking, was there any hieroglyphics on the walls? Did you see any of those?
Like petroglyphs and drawings. There wasn't any there, but I've seen lots of them. There's lots of sites around here where there are petroglyphs.
Jennifer says she's 16th Mohican. Am I saying that right? Oh, that's awesome. I'm not exactly sure what I am, but just knowing that I'm any is just kind of amazing to me.
Very interesting.
You'd be surprised what you find out when you do the ancestry thing.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
And there's a lot of really old like stone structures here too, where we're at that they a lot of archaeologists and historians think that they predate the Native Americans. So it's pretty interesting. Like there's a lot, like the stuff that matches like the European style, like structures. There's a stone house we found one time that was insane. We got pictures of that too, and where it was there were blocks of basalt that they sheared, that they broke. They created these blocks, but they were so perfect, and the walls were just flat, and it was old, very old. And there are these mounds that are people. There's kind of a mystery. They're the mystery mounds. People don't really dig them up to see what they are, but they resemble kind of like the almost like the Scandinavian burial, the mounds, those big mounds like that they have over there.
Oh
They've got
yeah,
a
well,
lot of
indigenous people, they have some of those around here.
right, right, the great big ones, right? Yeah,
Yes.
these are they're not quite that big, but
Mhm.
they're close. They're close to that. But there's, I guess they up in Canada, they are I guess excavating a Viking settlement camp or whatever, where the Vikings were in North America a long time ago.
Wow. That's
I mean, long before Columbus. So it's like, I mean, I don't think they're quite sure who was the first people here. It's
wouldn't
kind
it be awesome to be able to go to a site like that and not disturb anything, but just to get them to somehow, if
of
you could,
recognize it.
yeah, talk to them and find out. I mean, the language barrier would be crazy, but I mean,
Oh yeah,
wouldn't that be awesome?
and the mainstream, the historians, they don't want to like shake the boat, when it comes to what's the popular concept of who discovered North America.
Right.
But there's lots of evidence that points that proves that Columbus wasn't the first European anyway. That set foot on in North America. There was a detailed map created by a was it a Chinese explorer 1,000 years before Columbus, but it was very accurate of the North Americas.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and there's even like these old stone fences around here that they say was created by some of these Chinese explorers that came over here. But it's but they don't but mainstream archaeology and historians, they don't really recognize it, so or they won't take a look at it really.
Well, think about it. The Irish and the English, they do stone fence. I mean,
Oh yeah,
you never know.
absolutely. Oh yeah. Oh no. They and some of these stone fences they're 5 feet high, stacked up, and
Wow.
like with that stone houses, and a lot of them have been knocked over and like destroyed. But this spot where the stone house is that we found is way in the middle of nowhere, and it had like some of this rock fence that was intact, and it was pretty tall, like 4 or 5 feet tall, and there was like a corral there, an old corral, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, you guys have different, and it would be very interesting to see out there. I know things are way different.
Oh yeah,
now, have you been working?
What's that?
I know you do construction and that type of thing. Have you ever had to work on somewhere like a haunted place and made it worse by the construction?
Oh yeah, actually, there was a Halloween, like a haunted house for like a Halloween prop. It was actually in a haunted building on a site that I was working at.
You did your show from there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. And I got some footage from there where I'm in there by myself, and sounds like you can hear these footsteps real clear, like walking like kind of like towards where I was at, and I walked back to see what it is, and there's like some banging and some stuff, and there's all these big Halloween props like everywhere, like the big animatronic like robot things, but they're all turned off.
Oh,
well.
Wow.
I walked back to where I was at, and one of you can hear something get thrown, and one of them comes on, and they're not supposed to come on. They're not supposed to be on.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
But yeah, and the site that I'm working at now is a Native American site.
Ooh.
because we're digging into this bank, and because it's an RV park that they're putting RV spots in, and all kinds of artifacts are falling out of the bank there. So. Yeah. What's up?
You see the light blinking behind me?
Yes.
It doesn't blink.
What do you mean?
There's something walking in front of it because it doesn't blink.
It doesn't blink? Oh, wow.
It does not blink. I was looking at it like, did I see it? See it?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
It does not blink. It's steady all the time.
Wow. Interesting.
I know there's stuff here. Let's see. Jennifer's saying you may have to pronounce some of this. Well-known tribes over here are
Yakima, Pugcat, Wishram, Salilo, Chinook, Warm Springs, all have little towns named after them. They do, yeah.
Yeah, I have seen some of that because when
Wasco tribe. We live in Wasco. the ghost town. You'd like this town. It's I mean, it's pretty much a ghost town. There's like one business, one little store here. The rest of it's all like abandoned buildings and stuff.
Oh wow,
pretty cool.
That sounds like a ghost town itself.
It is a ghost town. It is.
Yeah,
it is a ghost town. Yeah.
Let's see. Sean is saying, what did he say? Did you make peace with the Indians before you started on the site? Were you?
Well, the problem is nobody had any idea or knew that it was a native site beforehand, and it's private property. So fortunately, that's just the way it goes. But there's a lot of that, a lot of those sites around.
Yeah.
And the name of the hill behind where this property is Indian Hill, and so it's got all kinds of native stuff. But there's, believe it or not, there seems native sites. People are afraid of Native American sites. Like it's bad juju, real bad juju. But I've never really been to a native site that seemed all that bad. To be honest with you, like as far as what was there.
Well, I imagine that. I mean, now things I've heard and what I understand. I mean, it is bad to move like their remains and that kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, no,
yeah. But I mean, like you go into work and then you find out after you guys have done that. That's not good.
Yeah, and they'd already dug this hillside out years and years ago. Whenever they put the RV park in, which is probably 30 years ago. And we're just cleaning up. The bank had caved off, and I'm just clearing the soil that had already caved off.
Oh,
so
okay.
they can get RVs back there.
Yeah.
So I'm not really digging further back. I'm just clearing the soil, and I just
so that was a way.
And I just raked everything out level. Left whatever was there. I didn't move it around.
Yeah, he's saying that. Yeah, that's not good if they would go on knowing it. But he said they've let's see. I have seen native activity here in Illinois on some sites.
Oh yeah, no, there's activity definitely. At this one site that we were at, the one that we were at on Halloween, it's another ancient site, but it's got a cemetery there, but it also has the Indian Creek Cemetery there, and it's an ancient burial site. And there was something following us around, beating a drum. It sounded like it was like I mean, like right next to us. It stopped. We'd stop and it'd stop. And then then it sounded like 2 beats of a drum go boom, boom, like that, like right next to us. And it happened about 10, 11 times probably. But yeah, no, they're active. They are. But it doesn't seem to be
panic because of that.
My buddy, yeah, he panicked. He kind of got spooked and wanted to go. So we went to get back. So we went back to the vehicle, and it was coincidentally the door was locked.
Oh.
And we had to get a stick and kind of reach down in there and unlock the door. But he has a backup camera. When he put his car in reverse, it kept alarming because the camera saw people standing behind our car. There was nobody back there. So it kept alarming, and it's just a flat area. There's no trees, no nothing there, but it kept seeing something back there.
That's
pretty typical to, like, we were there years ago, and there were all these pinwheels on the grave sites. And my buddy's friend, he never, been on an investigation before. And him and his daughter, and they really were all excited about it. And all the pinwheels there was a breeze, and they were all turning one way. There's like a bunch of them graves. And he picks one up. Well, first he goes, "Hey, you want to take a photograph with me?" And we're taking photographs, and there's a photograph snapped, and there's this like apparition. I don't know what it was, but it was some kind of apparition behind him in the photograph. And after that, he gets a pinwheel, and he's like, "Well, it'd be neat if you turn it that way." So all the pinwheels stop, and they all turn the direction, even the one in his hand, but all the ones on the ground turn the direction that he pointed. And then he points the other way, and they all turn that way. And then as he was getting ready to leave, or we were, I had kind of there's like a turnaround there, and I started to turn around, and I heard his horn honking, and I looked back, and he's sitting there on flat ground, and he's spinning, and he's in a big jacked up truck, spinning all 4 of his tires. And there's nothing to hold him there. And we turn around, and we go back, and he's going in reverse and forward. Then when I get out of my rig, it's like his rig lurches forward, like something let go of his vehicle, and there's no explanation for that. It's
wow.
like something had a hold of his vehicle, and then we went to another location. Then on my way home, we heard something strange, and pulled over, and something had taken, like, those. Have you ever been in a forest where they'll tie fluorescent ribbons around trees that they want to save when they're logging? You ever seen that before?
Yeah.
Well, something had got a bunch of like pieces of that nylon plastic stuff, and tied a bunch of cans to it, and tied it around our bumper, like those cans that you drag to the street when you're married, And somebody had done that to our rig, and of course, no explanation for that either. So it's kind of interesting.
They were trying to get your attention, and they got it.
Yeah, they got it. It's kind of like ours was more of like something pulling a prank on us, kind of. But
yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting.
Now my kitty's sitting right there, like somebody's petting her. So.
Oh, right in front of that light. Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, she wasn't there a while ago, but now she's sitting here, and she only sits back here, like when I pet her.
Oh yeah.
So I guess somebody wants to be seen.
Well, yeah. Well, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Okay, let's see. He said, Sean says, even some of the clients we have had, that have had the that has built on Indian sites, they don't know. We had to go in and help them make peace with some of them clients. Okay, so yeah, so they won't have issues.
No, I've heard that before. I've heard that if you apologize, for what you've done, be very remorseful. I mean, I've heard that before.
Well, if you didn't know, I mean,
well, you didn't know, yeah,
No, yeah, shoot, that thing could have been built over many years ago. It's not your fault.
And these sites are ancient. I mean, even the living natives that are alive now, they don't know where these sites are. They're so old,
wow.
Yeah, there's so many.
There's one near me. I live right up from the lake, and my parents live right on the lake. And there's a little island. Nobody goes over there. We used to be bad as teenagers and go over there even when we weren't supposed to. But
Oh, is it burial island?
Yeah, I had talked to you about that before, but yeah, there's supposed to be, and we didn't get there this summer, but next summer I would really like
to go out there and check it out.
Yeah, to check it out. And I don't want to go to disturb anything, and of course I don't want to run into the snakes. I would like to at least take the boat and maybe try to, with some of the equipment, to see what we could find out. That would be interesting because it's right there.
Last summer there's a lot of burial islands out here in the Columbia River, and there's a big one called Miller Island. It's huge, and we went out and spent all day and into the night out on it. And I mean, it's huge. It's like 10 miles across or something. Mm-hmm. But it was pretty interesting. Some of the stuff that we experienced out there. But there's a real famous one. It's called Mamaluce Island, and
that is what Jennifer, she says, tell Gwen about.
Yeah,
Mamaluce.
Yeah, Mamaluce. It's off limits. You're not supposed to go out there, but there supposedly there's a Mamaluce curse that if anybody goes out there on the island and disturbs it, that you'll be cursed. And there have been two people that I know of or heard about later that went out on that island, and they both ended up passing away under some pretty bizarre circumstances. One of them, my buddy Trevor, his mom dated this guy that was a grave robber, pretty much. He went around stealing artifacts, and he went out there and I guess took something, and he got sick, and they didn't know what it was that he was sick with, and he ended up like committing suicide by chewing his oxygen tube in half and stuff in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
And said that the spirits were killing him, coming to get him, and all this stuff. And and to this day they still don't know what killed the guy to this day.
Well, you don't go messing with stuff.
No. Well, yeah, no joke. Well, and when they built the dam, the Dalles Dam, they had to remove a lot of the human remains off that island. and they put him in a crypt right across the street from where I was living years ago.
Oh, wow.
In a big concrete crypt. It was just like, it looked like a cemetery, but in the middle of it was this big concrete crypt from Mammalus. Well, one of the things about Mammalus Island was they would if a woman died, even if she had an infant, they'd put her on the island, and with the infant, if the infant was alive, they just leave the infant with her. And so they called it the Crying Island because these babies would cry from the island. But we were behind there one time, walking across this plateau. It's real wild out there. There's nothing out there, and we were right behind the cemetery, and we could hear babies crying. I'm not kidding. Like we could hear with our ears, sound like babies crying. But it's kind of interesting.
WTH, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that would be really crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's and then let's see what other ones are there. There's that one audio clip I sent you of all the howling and screaming.
That I still have it. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's claimed to be a Native American entity there.
I think they said it was a
that must have that's what he said it was.
Yeah, Blaine was saying that he thought it was an indigo. Wendigo, not indigo. Wendigo.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And it was loud.
It was pretty interesting,
It was.
Yeah, but we got lots of stuff. We're gonna do some fun stuff though. We'll do some fun stuff. We'll get together. Maybe we can do live and that kind of thing. Yeah, because these investigations are pretty interesting. It'd be fun to, for you guys to sit in there with us, and
It definitely would. I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Yeah,
because it's very different from our area, also.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're not boring. They're pretty exciting.
Well, like I said, we're gonna have to make a plan. What time are you wanting to do it at? Like 10:30? Is that going to be a really good time?
Is that going to be? Will that work for you?
It works for me. I'm insomnia. Yeah, I'm good with it. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Because I get off work about 5 my time usually, or at 5:30 probably. So that would be, I don't know what time that would be your time.
So you're 3. That would be, let's see, that would be 7:30 your time. So what time is it now? 8:30 for your time?
8:30 my time. So it's realistically, I don't get back home till about 6, probably days I work my time. So the 7:30, would that be too late?
No, it's fine for me. That would,
All right.
So 7:30 your time will be 10:30 my time. It'd be awesome because we all of our stuff.
Or we could, 7. That way I could get ready for it, and a little bit of time. Yeah.
Get your bite to eat, rest a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll do that, you guys. You tune in on Monday nights at 10:30 my time, 7:30 his time. Let's see, which zone are you in? Because I do forget.
Pacific, I think it's Pacific.
Pacific. Okay. Yeah. So 7:30 Pacific and 10:30 Eastern. So
we'll get her back going. We'll have some fun with this, and I miss doing it. I like the live shows; they're fun. So that's probably this is just a last minute thing, but we
do well ringing it. We just get on and talk.
Oh yeah, well I've never planned one of these. I've never pre-recorded a show ever.
Nope.
Kind of fun to wing it, You never know when it goes down.
Well, we got folks on here, I'm sure, that would be glad to come on and
if you could help me out with some guests, that would be awesome.
You've had Shane on, and he's doing his show too now. I know he would come back, and external. Let's see, what do you call yours, Sean? External X Wolfpack. I bet I could talk him into it. He was on tonight. Yeah. Shane's guest. He's the one watching tonight with us.
And so, for those that don't know, I specialize in what is thought to be or what is considered dark or diabolical cases. He said I would come on. Right. So we'll get that. Love to have you. We can talk about some stuff.
Oh yeah, but yeah, we're going to get back on track and get a plan, and
yeah. So yeah, we'll have a good time with it.
And I'm so glad you're back. I
I'm
really
glad
am.
too. I'm glad too. I'm glad too. It's been fun.
Yeah.
So are we coming to a close, or what time is it right now?
Well, I started just a few minutes before, but yes, let's go ahead.
We can keep talking. We can keep talking if you want to, man. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, Chris, he used to take the class with us. He said to say hey, and he loves the show.
Thanks,
Chris.
Oh,
Yeah,
right on. No, thanks.
We got probably about 5 more minutes because I usually keep it about an hour.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. And
if there's anything you want to talk about or say, or
there's somebody I was supposed to have that was willing to be a guest on in December.
Okay.
They're and I don't want to say their name because what if they don't happen to come on, but they're pretty well known, and they're and in the paranormal field, but
okay.
They have interesting approach to it. They're not really known for their paranormal for their involvement in the paranormal community. They're more known for their acting and doing the comedy routine, but yeah, but they're paranormal enthusiasts, behind closed doors.
Hey, that works. We love those. I call them my ghosty friends. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
You get in touch with them and we'll get them hooked up. That's right.
Yeah, they want to come on and talk about some stuff.
That'd be great. It's just like having a conversation, hanging out. It's what we do. So.
Oh yeah. And let's see who else was there was somebody else, some other people.
I think somebody you used to do investigations with. You had talked about, but I don't know names.
Oh yeah. There's a member of my team that wanted to come on here and talk about some stuff Bobby did. And Chris popped on for one of our shows for a little bit.
Yep. Jennifer's been on. She's popped on. Who else? Hey Jen, you listening to this? Who else am I thinking of that's more like that's a celebrity type that wanted to be on here? If she's still listening. I don't know if she's still on. Hey, are you on? I can't tell. She was just on a minute ago, so she might be typing. But yeah, you get a list up, write it down, and hey, if you guys are watching and have a suggestion, get with us.
With all the people you talk to.
Well, who's want to come on as a guest? That's I don't want to say the one dude's name because just if he doesn't.
Oh yeah, don't if it's no, just wait. We'll do it.
We'll get something together.
There you go.
Okay. Well, no, we've got some, but just a few. I'm not real good at getting the
See if Sean wants to come on next week. If he's open to.
Sean.
Yeah.
On here, external. Yeah, Sean. I know you're still watching. Would you be willing to come on next week about 10:30 my time? Well, now, whatever time it is for you. Probably. I'll get with him and make sure just in case he's popped off. He said,
good.
Yeah, he will.
Comments. So if he answers.
Okay.
Yeah. And Pam said, good to see everybody. And a friend of mine runs a radio station. He says, just giving me a compliment. Thank you.
Oh,
very much. Good job. But yeah, right Sean said yes, so I will get with him.
Yes, okay. Right on.
Get together. So, well, hey, been good to see you. We're gonna pop off here. So
good to see you too. Thanks for chatting with me.
You're welcome. And hey, get with me and we'll make a plan and don't be a stranger. Jennifer, good to hear you. Type to you, whatever.
We'll do it. You guys will be sick of seeing me here soon.
No, not at all. So you get with me in the next couple of days, okay?
Okay, I will. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna let you sign off, okay? So you give your good night.
Good night.
All right, y'all have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.